Who is this?
Welcome, Vikings fans. This is the Full Skol Podcast.
Let's go!
Alrighty then. I also have these.
We wanted to start fast, right? Felt you guys took the ball to start the game. Offense put you out there. Very proud of the way you guys started the game. And then the physicality of sustaining. We had a 98 or 99-yard touchdown drive. Took over 12 minutes of time. Physicality, third down conversions on the day. All right, so our O-line, our tight ends, running backs, receivers, I want you guys, I know maybe it's not light the statistical scoreboard on fire in the pass game, but it takes all 11, all right, to play like that. It takes all 11 to show up to the stadium with that kind of mindset when we've been through what we've been through as a group, all right, to finish with 34 rushing attempts for 162 yards. Oh, you guys did it! Oh, you guys get a game ball.
That was all of them.
All right,
Yeah, that
and
was
another
all of
game
them.
ball right here. When the Minnesota Vikings win,
They all get
this
one.
guy shows up and he competes. He protects the football, and he threw 3 touchdowns today. McCarthy.
Like his son. He looks like he's his son. He loves him so.
Got real messy with that eye makeup.
Another thing we
Oh,
know
yeah.
that's tried and true
Oh,
is being all about the ball. All right, did not have a turnover on offense today. All right, we forced 3 defensively today,
Right.
including
For the
some usual
first time all
suspects, some guys that knew when their best was required, we could lean on them. First and foremost with 4 tackles and 1 interception, the 38th of his career, Harrison Smith. And he's been close a few times. He's been close a few times. All right, and then he went and did it again. You want to throw a bubble screen to Gink side? Best of luck to you.
Yeah, best of luck to you. You're right.
You got Gink. He's been playing with fire all season. He was due.
And then I didn't see it. All of a sudden he got up with the ball, but when you have a D lineman with that kind of play style, that kind of strain, running down the field, ripping the ball off somebody. All right, and then we got a few of them in here, and this guy's going to happen to accept this one for everybody that would fall under this category. We got a lot of people that used to work for the Washington Commanders. All right, a lot of people. All right, so when you can go out there and toe the line against a team that you've been a part of before, for sure, you get the love. But this one is for Jonathan Allen right here. Hey, you guys know today started hopefully something over these next 3 weeks. We know we're playing the same division with an opportunity to go attack it every single day, every single minute we get. Because when you can persevere and do it through the really hard times, and I don't need to be a newsbreaker here, that it's been hard times at times this year. But you guys deserve this.
All right, I want to pause it here because as he goes into the tail end of this speech, I want everybody listening to put themselves change players to fans, as he's talking to you. This is a motivational speech. This is what I heard in my head was don't quit on this team. If there's a line in here, he'll get to where he's it's easy to take that off ramp, right?
Oh, yeah.
And you just gotta persevere. Remember what you're feeling when you were a kid, right? That whole thing, that's motivated players. But I think us as fans, it's important to us to remember that too, right? We get so down on our team when things are tough, but you gotta stick it out. Yeah. So just keep that in mind as you listen to this speech.
You guys deserve this. I told you last night how much I appreciate the way you guys show up every single day. Because it can be easy to find that exit ramp, to say maybe we'll be better off next year, or you can work, or you can just grind, or you can just lean in because it has got to matter if you love this game like you did when you were 16 years old. So make sure you think about, like I asked you last night, you think about your 16-year-old version of yourself. And would he be proud of what you did today? All right, hell yeah, he would. All right, now can we just consistently do it? And we got plenty of football left to challenge each other, challenge me, challenge our coaching staff. Every day we're just trying to be the best version of this year's team with all the lessons we've learned throughout. I'm so proud of you guys. More importantly, hit some music and enjoy yourselves in here, man.
Great job, fellas. That's what it's got to look like. That's what it's got to feel like. And that started on Wednesday and Thursday this week. So let's take that into next week, practice, meetings, the whole thing, and come out hungry to go do it again. Family of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Had no trombone today. Had no price is right. Hopefully, well,
not today.
Hopefully for the rest of the season, but
not today. No, I don't know about that. We'll see. One game at a time.
Yeah.
I don't know. That just like it hit me. I listened to that a couple times, and I was just like, want to change that speech and just give it to all the fans as they
just
jump
cut
shit.
that. And we need to figure out a way to cut up our things and do those little shorts and send those out, post them everywhere we possibly can. Like us.
I can do it. It just takes time. It's like, it's just,
I don't know how to do it.
It's an unpaid hobby. I can do it. It just takes time.
I'm
to start a TikTok channel and upload all that. We can cut little bits of this podcast.
Yeah,
post that. I mean, I can do it. I have the technology and the knowledge, but
I don't have the.
It's just it's a lot. I don't think people realize like.
Oh no!
As I guess I call myself a content creator. I guess with this and the outdoor and full scale outdoors podcast and everything else, but I'm definitely not consistent with it. But when I watch like TikToks and what's the other one, Reels and whatever,
Reels.
Like
Reels.
I view it through the lens of a creator. It's like when people are consistent, and then if they have really good like production quality, and it's like
content,
man, like that Annie Agar, you know how hard that what she does, how many she has to film all these different clips of her responding to herself. She has to write up this whole script. Like I don't think people realize how much work.
Oh, but that is her job though. Now, I mean, I know it's now. I know it's a lot,
now.
But still, it is now. Yeah, it wasn't in the beginning when she was doing all those and coming onto the scene. Amazing. That's a lot of work, no doubt, and she's good. I love her, but.
She's great, except that she's a Packer fan.
Except for she's a Packer fan. It's kind of
super hot. She'd be super hot if she wasn't a Packer fan.
Wow, but she's so skinny.
She's like
anyway,
like she's like a 7 or an 8 now. Anyway,
maybe 6. Well, I'll give her an 8 because her brother.
When the Packers win, she becomes a 3. I mean,
no doubt she comes
real quick.
Yeah. Anyway, but the Packers, come on.
All right, let's go.
Anyway. So
sorry, hold on. Sorry, missed last week. Technical difficulties. I got a new computer. Just to peek behind the curtain.
We actually did a podcast. We recorded a podcast.
We did.
Yeah,
we did.
And
there was a
horrific,
massive echo. That came through. I couldn't hear it. Jim could, and then when I went to put it together, it was definitely there, and I couldn't get rid of it. So we just had to scrap it. It was unlistenable.
Yeah.
So
believe me. Thank us for not posting that.
It was bad. It was more unlistenable than our normal ones. So
exactly. It's not just us unlistenable. It was actually unlistenable. Yeah. Very annoying.
So now I'm back on my old computer just to do this, and then I have to transfer this to the new computer. I still got to figure out the new computer because this thing's on its last leg. Like at some point in time, it's just not going to turn on. But
it's going to go. Yeah.
We'll figure it out. But anyways, all right, away we go.
Hopefully not today.
Yeah. Let's go.
So I mean, what did we talk about 2 weeks ago? Was absolutely probably the worst game that I've ever watched of a Viking. 26-0 to the Seahawks. Max Brosmer, who I was excited about. Not good. We at that point it was just we are not a good team. Coming out of that Seahawks game. I mean, just really hard to watch, terrible to watch.
Well, we got to see why, and we had been asking this question, like, what is it about Max that KOC is so hesitant to put him in?
Well, now we know.
Now we know why. Because as bad as JJ has been, believe it or not, via the eye test and via the statistics, he was worse.
Yeah,
than
he was
J.J.
worse.
McCarthy, which is crazy.
What
When
was,
McCarthy started in the basement,
like 34.2 or something like that, quarterback
Oh,
rating or
it's like
something?
20. It was like 20 something.
Oh,
It's
was
like-
it that? I thought it was in the low
both-
30s or so.
Both of them, had they spiked the ball, every play would have had a higher quarterback.
Well, according to that meme that's going around, which I
Yeah.
probably tend to agree with, 39 point something percent if you
Yeah.
spike the ball every single time because the turnovers. I mean, it was,
Right.
yeah.
If you spike it, you're not
it's-
turning the ball over. Correct.
Yeah, you're not turning the ball over. So
There's no
it's
negative
incomplete,
plays.
but yeah. So the little bit of passing yardage that you get, the turnovers negate all of that. So, I mean, what do you say? That was terrible. But the one thing that we did talk about last week that obviously you guys didn't see was that the whole Sam Darnold thing, he did not play well either. Like he only had like 120 some yards or something like that passing. Like I don't remember.
Their stats were nearly identical.
There it is.
They were nearly identical except for the 3 touchdowns,
Turnovers,
obviously.
Well,
and then
yeah.
turnovers.
And the turnovers is what, yeah.
And so you have to think that their stats were nearly identical, and Sam Darnold had extra offensive opportunities because of said turnovers.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind.
So Sam Darnold was 14 of 26 for 128 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions. He got sacked 4 times. 14 of 26, 128 yards. Max Brosmer was 19 of 30 for 126 yards, 4 interceptions. No touchdowns, of course, because we didn't score, obviously. So that was the difference in the game, was the turnovers. I mean, that's
So if we don't have the turnovers, which obviously we do, Sam's going to have even less. He's going to have even less because he doesn't get those extra. And who knows? Maybe we score like this. That whole thing. And we talked again. We talked about this last week. How the very narrow margin of error in the NFL can flip so drastically one way or the other. And obviously, you can play the shoulda, coulda, woulda game and the what ifs, and you got to deal with what is. But the what if we can indulge ourselves, is we don't turn the ball over, not just the turnovers, but again, like some of the passes that when he finally would throw a decent pass, our guys are dropping them. Like very catchable ball. Everybody, JJ, Addison, Hawkinson, Thielen, everybody was dropping passes. So let's say everybody plays up to their ability, right? Mm-hmm. We make those passes, keep those drives alive. We don't turn the ball over, and we score on these drives.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, it's 3 to whatever the Seahawks have because they're not getting extra without turnovers. They don't get the extra offensive. They don't get the score off turnovers, blah, 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 blah. But point being, the narrative just completely flips. It just turns on its head. Yeah. And, now it's like, because if we go 3 weeks back against the Bears, when J.J. McCarthy led that game-winning, what should have been a game-winning drive, put us up by 1, and then the special teams pissed it away.
Yeah.
But because you can only go off of what is, that was a loss. So J.J. ends up taking the brunt of all that. But did he play great that game? No. Did he captain a game-winning drive? Yeah.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah. The special teams hold them to what they should have. Down to even at the 30 instead of the 50 or whatever it was. The defense is going to hold them. I promise you the defense is going to hold them because they've been doing it all game. So then we win. He wins. We're having a totally different conversation. But that's not what happened. So that's not the conversation we have. Yeah. So it is what it is. Yeah.
I don't remember when the last time a team got shut out, and then the next game they shut somebody else out. Like it's happened once before, but it was like in the 90s or something.
I want to say it was 92.
It's been a long time. It's also been a long time since I think
the last time that we were shut out, I had that was Sunday, November 30th. No, that was the 2020. November 11th, 2007. 18 years. The last time we were shut
Vikings,
out. Yeah. And then actually, I think the last time that a team was shut out and then shut out a team was like 1946 or something like that.
It was a crazy. It was crazy
years or something like that. It's like an insane number of stats. The one thing, the other thing that we talked about last week, just to kind of quick recap, was the absence or the moving on of Adam Thielen, because he went to be with the Steelers. He asked for the release. That whole scenario of him coming home was such a movie. We talked about that, the script, and we win this, and then we go on. It didn't work out. He asked for the release because he wanted to be more. But he goes to Pittsburgh. He's not anymore involved. I mean, he was out there more probably, but he only had like one target for like 6 yards or something. So, but apparently he feels better about it. He's going to retire a Viking. He already said he's going to retire a Viking. Now, and they're probably going to make the playoffs. The Pittsburgh Steelers will probably make the playoffs. So you never know. He could come up clutch, in the red zone. Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure, was going to love throwing to him. But anyway, so
some of the fans are turning on him. They're like, "Oh, screw Thielen. He wanted out. He loves football again." He's supposed to listen. First of all, he's supposed to say stuff like that for his new fan base. Yeah. Just like when he went to Carolina, he's like, "Oh, we're going to go to win the Super Bowl this year." Everybody, he knew he would. That was a trash team. But that's what you have to say. Yeah. Like, you're in a new team, you got to get the fans around you. He has to say that. So stop being again, going back to the KOC speech. Like, dude, hard times. Don't be Don't be like that. Don't be toxic.
That. Yeah, just don't be that. Yeah. No, and I can't blame the guy. I mean, he's got a fire. He's a competitor. Like, most people don't understand the competitive nature of a professional athlete. I can't understand a professional, the desire of a professional athlete. I mean, I know my drive when I was, very athletic and young and playing a lot of sports. Like, it didn't matter. I was playing all the time. But I can only imagine, as a pro athlete, the love that you have, that you've devoted your entire life to something like this. And so you can't blame the guy. And like I said, the Steelers are probably going to the playoffs. And the other thing is that when he was not traded, he did not ask for a trade. He asked to be released. So when he got released, he went on the waiver wire, and just Pittsburgh picked him up. So it wasn't like he decided, hey, I want to go play with Aaron Rodgers. I want to go play with the Steelers. Right. They picked him up. Now, the other option was, I saw somebody else got released that same week. I don't remember from where. And a team, was it New England? Somebody picked him up, and he said, no, I'm not going. And he retired. Like, that's the option. You can go to the team and say, no, I don't want to come play with you. You can sign me and then trade me, or you just don't go and you retire.
Yeah.
And
if Washington would have picked up the waiver,
you come back the next year if you want to come back. You know what I mean? So yeah. So the fact that he went to Pittsburgh really had nothing to do with him. Obviously, he wanted to just go and play somewhere. They picked him up. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I'm sure he would love to catch the ball from him. I mean, he still throws the ball good, as much as we hate Aaron Rodgers and what he did against us as a Packer. But we've talked about that before. He's probably a really cool dude. Like, if we met him, we'd probably really like him. Like, the dude, he's a little weird, but I think he'd still be kind of fun to hang out with. You know what I'm saying? So
I think I'd have more in common with him than I want to believe.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't really blame Thielen for that. And so that was basically what we talked about last week, was how atrocious we looked, how bad Brosmer was. He's not ready. Thielen leaving, and there goes the season. So
yeah, season's over. Let's go ahead and let's try to get through it. Don't hurt anybody. Give our hope was to see some improvement from McCarthy. Really kind of lose out, so make sure that we get a high draft pick next year and an easier schedule.
Yeah,
and then this game happens,
which
is honestly turns out to be kind of a win-win, because other bad teams won as well. Like, we didn't really lose. I didn't look at the stats. I just remember hearing somebody talk about this, but we didn't really lose any ground pick-wise as of right now. Yeah, as of right now, even with that victory, we didn't really lose any ground, which that's a win-win in my opinion. Like, hindsight, that was a great win. Like, it really, I think the amount of confidence that instilled in not just JJ, but everybody, the other players, that whole locker room, KOC, like, man, that team needed a win, and they got it. And if it didn't really hurt us, now, I think I mentioned in our text thread, I'm like, this would be kind of the most Vikings thing ever. Now we're going to win out, get right to the door of playoffs, not make the playoffs, get a mid pick, get a tougher season, get nothing good comes of it. It's just a crap season. we don't get a high draft pick.
Well, yeah. Really, for me, the only thing that we're going to miss out on is the draft pick, because we're always going to have a hard schedule because of our division.
Well, because of the North, yeah, for sure.
The Bears are good, unfortunately. Well, not maybe so, unfortunately.
It's only
I have
6.
no
That's
animosity towards
six
the
of the
Bears.
games, though.
The Packers
Roughly-
are good, and the Lions are good. So I mean,
Roughly a
that's
third of the season, though.
yeah,
only,
that's six
within our
of
season.
our games. But then the division itself plays another division. Generally, the NFC East or the AFC, North.
It's an
and
we always play an AFC.
all of us play them, and so that's 4 teams. So that's 10. So then there's 8 games that would be losing teams. So I guess maybe half the season, right? 6 and 4.
Yeah, because even to that 4, you got to assume
seven,
at least
seven
one or 2 of them is going to be in the bottom of their division. So probably not good teams. So two of the 4 AFC teams of a specific division that we all share to play, that's going to be added into just the random teams. So.
And then 7 random games, which is, I guess that's almost half the season. So yeah, you're right. I suppose it would. I mean, we're still gonna have a tough division, but
strength of season is a real thing. Like for sure, it's a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, look at the Bears.
Also,
the Bears are terrible last year, and look who they got now. I mean, they've had to play in the division, but they still their opposite teams are still a lot easier. I mean, they haven't beat anybody really, So
yeah, but in reality, strength of season only makes it easier for you to make the postseason.
Yeah.
If you're beating easy teams, it doesn't make you a good team.
Yeah. No,
necessarily. It doesn't make you a good playoff team. It's going to get you to the dance.
Yeah,
but you're still going to have to dance.
Then you're going to be shown for what you really are, and we'll see that in January when it happens here. When we see these teams make it into the playoffs, you'll learn real quick who's good or not, because when they get bounced in wildcard round or whatever in week 1, their first game, well then you were never really any good. A lot of Bears, maybe.
I've mentioned this in previous seasons where it's like, it's easy to say we need to tank the system for this season and just go, listen, this is a business, and I remember this today driving home. This is a business, and each player out there, except for a few of the actual team players like Hitman, that are like, they're sticking with their team no matter what. They'll do whatever the team asks them.
Yeah.
Most everybody else is an individual. And you can ask them to tank the season, but they need to pad their stats. They need to get their yards. They need to get their tackles for losses. They need to get their interceptions. They need to get their yards on the ground because they got a contract coming up.
Yeah.
And so to ask them to not produce, which would cost them millions of dollars, is kind of an absurd thing by us fans, even though I literally did that last week.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and as well as I do, just from playing the sports that we play, you don't want to lose. I don't want to lose. No, are you kidding me? Like I'm so competitive that I don't want to lose the game of Monopoly. I don't play
Monopoly because I suck so bad at it, and I just want to flip the board every time.
I don't want to lose, or cribbage, or whatever. I mean, it doesn't matter. A sport, a board game, a card game. I don't want to lose. And can you imagine the intensity that these guys have as pro athletes? They don't want to lose. They're not gonna, the whole.
Well, it costs
played out. No.
Now we're talking millions of dollars on the line too.
Yeah.
Which is why even Kid Kicker Carbajal out there, his agent went to the league and tried to get those misses taken off his record because he hit a wire, and the league's like, no, they stand. Because why? Because now he has 2 misses on his record that shouldn't be on there. He would be perfect right now.
Yeah, but everybody knows that he's hit. I mean.
But that's an argument now that's something now his agent has to bring to the table. It's like, okay, if you look at the stats, it says he missed twice in 2025, but he didn't really.
Video evidence,
Which an owner can be like, well, it says 2 misses on my paper, so you know what I mean? Like it's just. Point being, this is a business. There's huge money on the line, and nobody's going to sandbag. Now, some players quit on their own. Some players are just like.
Honestly,
I'm not going to hurt myself for this team.
I think that there was a little bit of that in the last couple games, because I mean, Jordan, Jets dropping passes. Like I think there was a little bit of why am I trying so hard? You know what I mean? I think there was some of that just on the eye test.
I think there might have been some of that intentionally, but I think there was a lot of that unintentionally. I think it's just.
Yeah, I
It's
think
hard to get
unacceptable.
up. It's hard to get
Yeah,
up for those
it's hard to
games,
get up.
when everything is going wrong. Like, you're just like,
And you've run 42 patterns and you haven't got the ball one time.
yeah,
And
you're
so the
tired.
one time you
and
do, you're like, yeah,
kicking your ass in
yeah,
practice, and you're doing all this stuff,
yeah.
and this is what
And
I
you're
get.
down by
Like,
20 points, and it's.
I don't even necessarily say. I mean, there's probably some players that legit quit, but I think a lot of it's just like it's a mental battle, and we don't.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think we can all be honest with ourselves and say we don't always win our mental battles.
No, yeah.
Sometimes we don't have it.
We just
Yeah,
give in.
we just don't have it. Doesn't mean you can't rally. Doesn't mean you can't get back on your feet. But we've all had our moments. But so I think that's just a natural part of the game too. But
here
we are.
It always feels good to win.
We looked good, but we didn't look great. I mean, it was against Washington, who's another terrible team.
I mean, Washington is terrible.
Look at McCarthy's stats. He was 3 touchdowns. He didn't have that many yards, really.
No, only 163 yards.
Yeah.
But we carried the ball for 162. So we only had 151 passing yards total, and we rushed the ball for 162. I mean, talk about parity. There's 11 yards difference between pass and rush for a total of 313 yards. But why would we go away from it when we ran the ball amazing? We averaged 5.1 yards per play overall. 25 first downs, 6 or 11 on third down, 2 for 2 on fourth down. I mean, but now given we had 4 sacks, only 1 punt, 3 penalties, of course, no turnovers. Time of possession was 34 minutes, so 9 minutes more than the Commanders had it for 25. But the Commanders are a bad team. However, we did what we should do to a bad team. It was 31-0. So it's not like, oh, you just squeaked by the Commanders. No, the Commanders are 3-10, 2-9 going into that game, but we were 4-8. So it wasn't like it was a huge disparity record-wise, but then we absolutely dominated that game from start to finish. 7 points in the first quarter, 7 in the second, 10 in the third, and 7 in the fourth. So, I mean, and KOC, I love to see it at the end of the game, did not take his foot off the gas. He, got fourth down. We went for it, got the first down. I mean, and put that game away. So, and it always feels good to win. And JJ, he looked really good. Some of them passes, that's the other thing that when in previous weeks, when JJ was playing, he couldn't even make the check down. Now I saw one that I remember, where he just airmailed it.
There was one. Yep. I think there literally only was one.
I think there was
really
just
bad
one really bad throw.
Yep.
But it wasn't in the field of play. He threw it, went out of bounds. No harm, no foul. I think it was on a first or second down. No big deal. I'm sure we converted that because we only punted one time. So I don't think it was that serious. So the fact that, what have we been saying? We want to see JJ McCarthy progress. Obviously, that was a big step. Now, are the Commanders a bad team? Yes. But he still made the easy passes when he had to. Whereas before, he was not making easy passes. The check down, the little screen passes out here, when he's wide open and he's throwing it 8 feet over their head, that has nothing to do with defense. That has nothing to do with pressure. None of that. That's just him making a terrible throw, and he did not have that on Sunday. So for me, that was one very big step in the progression of JJ McCarthy. One step. It's one step. Obviously, like you said, it's one game. Who knows? We play.
But you're right, though. It's exactly what we asked him. Exactly was our wish list of we just need to see improvement.
Yeah. So
and we definitely saw improvement. Huge improvement. Yeah. He threw some absolute dots in that game.
Yeah.
I mean, laser shots through coverage. There was that one that was through the defender's hands, but it's damn, dude, that's.
Yeah, he made that one to Jordan Addison. PA talked about it today. On Tuesdays, PA has Kevin O'Connell on X's and O's on KFan, and then they have it on the Vikings network. But he brought up, and I remember that from the right hash, and he threw it all the way across to Jordan Addison going out of bounds, and it was an absolute dart. And I mean, and there's no questioning JJ McCarthy's arm strength and arm talent as far as the strength to put it on there. And I saw a lot of that when he did throw the ball, and the other thing was I think that KOC learned a lot, and we did a lot of like 13 personnel with like one running back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver, because all three touchdowns to 3 tight ends, 3 different tight ends.
Yeah.
And that was big for the run, big for the passing, and a lot of the plays were short yardages. I mean, he went, what did I say? He went 16. Or is it at right here? JJ McCarthy, Commanders, JJ McCarthy. 16 of 23 for 163 yards. So 16 into 163, that's 10 yards to throw completion. I mean, so that's not terrible. That's a first down, but it's not the 25s. It's not the 30s, where I think that KOC kind of, the second and third hitches that JJ was trying to do, he was trying to force the ball deep to Jefferson or to Addison or something like that, trying to make this big play over the top. And I think on Sunday we saw that it's okay to throw this 8-yard out. It's okay to throw this, 7-yard across the middle to Hawkinson or to Sims, I think his name was, or whatever that other tight end, Josh Oliver and stuff like that. And we saw a lot of that where he can put his foot in the ground and just fire that thing in there, and it's money, So for me, it was a huge step. I thought McCarthy looked sharp. He looked very calm and just poised, like he didn't get happy. He didn't. Yeah, I mean, he picks him up on his legs, which we've been asking for. Run, take off. He did that on Sunday. I think he just played loose. And hearing Kevin O'Connell talk, I think he finally just said, "You know what, kid, just go play, dude." Because all the this and this and this and this, and again on that episode today of X the Nose with PA, he talked about that, and he was saying that, earlier on, JJ was saying, well, I used to play with this guy, and so he has a tendency to do this, and so I kind of was thinking this and kind of thinking that. And KOC is like, I just tell him, dude, don't, you're overthinking it. Just go out there and ball. Just go out there and throw the ball, play loose, run, do what you see and just go with it. And I think we saw that really, he did that really well on Sunday. Now, we play the Cowboys on Sunday night, prime time. JJ doesn't, the lights mean nothing to him. There is no, Kirk Cousins.
He was national championship in college.
Yeah, that means nothing to him. I think he probably plays a little bit better. But of course, the Cowboys are obviously way better than the Commanders. We'll see. We'll see.
It's just staying where I'm at. I mean, I'm not. The beauty of it is I'm not emotionally tethered to a win or a loss at this stage in the season.
Yeah.
And it really comes down to, now I can watch it not only as a fan, but as a fan of football. And again, I'm still watching for the same thing. I just want to see some improvement.
Yes.
I just want to see that JJ's a little bit better every week, And again, so you do have to consider that the Dallas is a better team than Washington, but they're not a great team. So there's room for him to, we could still win this game. I mean, really. This is a winnable game.
Winnable game.
If everybody does their job,
Yeah.
Now, it will be interesting to see what they do on defense, Dallas, because they have film now on KOC's kind of simplified offense. So we'll see how that translates, and we talked about that last week, which nobody heard, is that it's a double-edged sword, simplifying the offense like everybody wants KOC to do. It's like, well, if you simplify it too much, you're going to get real predictable.
Yeah.
And you don't have to be a Flores to pick your offense apart if you're only calling one of 7 plays, right, over and over of whatever combination. Like, it's you become pretty one-dimensional pretty quick. So I think we oversimplify his job as coach and play caller. I don't know.
But I think there's wrinkles. Obviously, there's wrinkles. They're going to game plan. There's tendencies that Dallas has. I mean, Dallas is 6-6-1, and we're 5-8. So it's not like they're
not. I mean, it's a very winnable game.
Playing in Dallas, it is a national game. Troy, I guess is Troy. Who's on the Sunday? Who does the Sunday night game? Al Michaels and is it Kirk Herbstreit Sunday night? Is it Al Michaels and Kirk Herbstreit now?
No
Anyway,
idea.
so I mean it is in Dallas, but they're 6-6-1, so there's definitely a chance. And so basically, I think we have less than a 1% chance to make the playoffs.
But CeeDee Lamb's out.
Yeah, you're right. CeeDee Lamb is out. We have to win out, and everybody else has to lose basically in the NFC for us to make the playoffs. So, so really, what it's going to come down to these next 4 or 5 games. What do we have? 1, 2. We have 4 games left. Is we just play a little spoiler, and like I said, JJ continues to grow. We play these, we play the Cowboys, and we play the Giants, which the Giants aren't great, but I think they're doing better than the Cowboys. And then we have the Lions at home and the Packers at home. So we could definitely play some spoiler for the Lions and the Packers at that end of the season. If we somehow find a way to beat either one or both of them, we could put Chicago in as the number one, to win the division if we had to work there. And of course, you always want to beat your rivals. I don't care who it is.
Well, if we can split, we can play spoiler and beat the Packers at home. On Christmas, that'd be great.
That would
I think
be
is that Christmas.
Lions is Christmas.
Lions are Christmas.
Packers is January.
Well, then
4th.
beat them too.
Yeah, Christmas is we play Christmas Day, which is a Thursday, and then we play the following Sunday, January 1st.
No, I want the Bears to win the division this year. That's who I'm rooting.
Well, anybody but the Packers. I mean, the Lions have been. The Lions have been annoying to me, but they're so quiet now because they realize that they're no good again. And the fear, you should hear it, dude. They are jumping off the wagon like.
Oh yeah, dude. I'm hearing people saying their Super Bowl window is closed.
We're the worst team again, and blah 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 and stuff like that. Yeah, they're when just 18 months ago it was nothing but just. Just spewing garbage out of their mouth, like we're the best team.
But this is medicine. Take your medicine. I want them to take their medicine. So for me,
it's good.
It's funny. Even in an even quicker turnaround, it was like last week when the Bears are the number 1 seed in the NFC, as it stood. Like they were talking some shit. I wouldn't even say it's talking shit. They're just like, "Hey, don't look down." But the Bears are in first place. But you can tell like none of them really believed it or knew it wouldn't stand. And then this week, obviously, they're no longer in number 1 spot. And they're like, wow, we knew it wasn't going to last, but we were just
it's so much like
enjoying it while it was there.
That's the thing that people are like, I've seen some of the national shows, ESPN and stuff, and they're talking about, the Bears come into this in the number 1 seed. Now they're all the way down in the 7th. I'm like, yeah, it's the same thing that happened to us last year when we played Detroit for the number 1 seed in the NFC and a bye and everything else. And then we went from there. Now we went to 5th because we were the number 1. We were the best team for the wild card.
Best non-divisional winner.
Yes. But, the Bears obviously now are the 3rd best non-divisional, leader. But there's still a lot of games left, obviously. And like I said, we played the Lions and the Packers. So we could definitely do the Bears a favor by beating both of them. I don't think the Lions have a chance, but the Packers for sure. And, you and I both know in our lifetime that if we had a 2-win season, which I don't ever remember having, but as long as we beat the Packers, it was a good season. Like if we swept the Packers, that was a win for me. That was a winning season for me.
For sure.
So that's the man. And I was talking to some guys this morning or yesterday or something like that. At work, and I was saying, the Packers, anybody with the Packers are like, yeah, for sure. Like everybody hates the Packers in the division. Every team, their worst rival is the Packers because they've been dominant for so long.
Yeah, because they win. They've been winning.
The Bears are probably the biggest rival because they're so close. And the Lions hate them. The Bears hate them. We hate them. Everybody hates them because they've been so good for so long. So rightly so. But yeah, so there's still a lot of football left, and I'd like to see him win the next 4 games. Why not? And if we don't, we're not going to make the playoffs. It's basically an impossibility. It's like 0.3%, 0.3 or 0.4% or something like that. It's ridiculous. The Packers have to basically lose out. I think the Lions have to lose out. There's so many.
But what if?
Yeah, but what if? But
the crazy thing happens. We get in and we win a Super Bowl.
That would be.
I get my
That
money.
would be. That
I
would
get
be
my
how
money.
we. That would be how we win it for sure. Would be that way. Nobody giving us. So this is what I kind of have here. I know there's some memes.
Cinderella story.
I don't know if you grabbed it or not, but the playoff scenario is obviously we have to win all 4. We lose 1 and we're done. We need help from the Packers, the Cowboys, and the NFC Southwest contenders, who are like the Saints, the Falcons, the Panthers, the Buccaneers. We need wins from the Browns versus the Bears and the Rams versus Lions, which the Rams versus Lions, I think is that Monday night game?
Browns versus
no, it's
Bears.
a 1 o'clock game, I think. That's a
I want
tough
to root
game
for the
Lions.
Bears. That's tough.
Yeah. No, Browns Bears. Yeah. And they got Myles Garrett over there, and they got Shadur Sanders, who played really well, which was crazy. They pulled him out.
They lost, but they still played well. Yeah,
but he played really well. So against the Bears, and then the Rams play the Lions. So I mean, that part of it could happen, but we need so many other people. Commanders, Seahawks beating the Panthers, Commanders beating the Cowboys, losses by the Packers. There's a lot of stuff that needs to happen. So more than likely, we're going to be totally complete because a lot of these other teams are going to have to just completely fall apart. Which, I mean, look at Indy. One they just signed Phillip Rivers. I mean, their quarterback goes down, and now Indianapolis, with all the stuff that they were doing and playing so well, Phillip Rivers going to go in there and do anything? No, I promise you that. 44 years old, been on the couch for 5 years. He gets hit one time and gets put on his back. I think he might be like, okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm going to take my money and go.
Warner scenario, you never know.
Well, yeah, you never know. But he didn't do it at 44.
True story.
Yeah.
And also, the fact that it's an Achilles means that very likely could have happened in a purple uniform.
Oh,
100%. So all the people that like, should have kept Daniel Jones, look, and then here it'd be like a Cousins 2.0 with the out for the season for a year on an Achilles injury, And we brought this up last time too, because I was able to go, rub it in people's faces that we should have kept Darnold going off of last week. Darnold, we saw Darnold, like we saw playoff Darnold.
And we're gonna see him in 4 weeks, and it's not gonna be good. So all that's those. When I hear that stuff from the fan base, I'm like, you're so uneducated. You make yourself out to be an idiot. Like why it's no. We knew, and we said it last year over and over again. Sam Darnold is not going to take us to a Super Bowl, and he didn't. He choked in Week 18. He choked in the first round of the playoffs, and he'll do it again with Seattle. I mean, we saw that against us. He got in his head against us, a 4-7 team, going into that game. I mean, they shut us out, but it had nothing to do with him. 4 interceptions, and he didn't pass one. He handed the ball off, or the defense scored. So. And it was turnovers. It was turnovers on our side again. Yeah, and Sam Darnold. Yeah, it was not the answer. So, I mean, we can go up north, I guess, and take a look at that if you want. Yeah, I mean, we kind of touched on it. Let's go ahead. Is there anything else that we want to discuss about the game? I mean, Gink finally getting one. Harry, with his 38th, Harry getting one. 200th game. Wasn't it his 200th game? I think that was against Seattle. Oh, okay. I think that might have been 201. Maybe I think that was in Seattle. 38th interception, which is the most of any active player in the NFL. So, he was due. I mean, that was the defense looked great. With the turnovers, that was really, and that's something that we've been missing, obviously. And that nice. I mean, that's a huge disparity from last season to this season. Was where are our turnovers? Why are we not? And we've been close. They've been there. Like, how close has Gink been? I mean, multiple times this year of doing that, hitting that screen. He reads that so well, and it's just a matter. It was just a matter of time. Like KOC said, like, you going to keep throwing that bubble screen to Gink side? Okay, please. Do. All right, please do. Yeah. So we had 3 turnovers, which going into that game, I think we only had like 5 in the season or something, and 3 or 4 of them was against who did we have that huge game against early on in the season when we had all those turnovers?
Oh yeah.
It was
When
we played.
what's his name was getting like everything. He was just everywhere. 2 forced fumble or 3 forced fumbles.
Oh, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers.
Isaiah Rodgers.
Isaiah Rodgers. Yeah. Who was that?
God, who was that against? I can't think it.
Let me see here. Where's my Vikings schedule at?
Who was that against? Why can't I think of?
Let's see, North. Oh, right here it is. Okay, let's see.
Who that was?
It was against the Bengals, 48-10.
Bengals.
No Joe Burrow against the Bengals. Yeah. Bears in week 1, Falcons in week 2, and then the Bengals in week 3, and it was 48-10 with those like 4 turnovers. So, yeah, that was a huge game. But so it was great. I mean, the defense has been playing really good all year. Honestly, the defense has been there. Some of these games that we're losing later in the game, like we're giving up points. Well, the defense has been on the field for so long, so you can't really put a whole lot of blame on the defense. Now, the special teams, obviously, like I said, we lost that game to the Chicago based on the special teams, but the defense has been there. So it was really nice to see that, the turnovers, two interceptions, Gink and Hitman, and then the fumble by Javon Hargrave, I think it was, who punched it out and landed on it. That was an amazing play. Knocked it out and then jumps right on it immediately. Right. Yeah. No question. I got the ball. I'm inbounds, all that good stuff. So it's great to see. I mean, it was just such a great win. Like, I think I threw on a text like, what team is this? Like, who is this team? Like, what are we watching right here? Like, it's so weird here. Like, I don't know what to do. It's just
the block so weird.
It's like for so sure. Weird. But
it was great. I don't know what else there is to say about it. Like, it was for a losing season.
Yeah,
that was the best case scenario for that game. Like, like I already said, I mean, good production by JJ, confidence building for him, for the team, for everybody. Yeah. Quieted some haters. That was nice. Even Colin Coward said, he's like, and JJ didn't even look that bad. Even he had to say something almost nice about McCarthy.
Yeah, almost
he
nice.
Just loves to rag on him.
Yeah.
So
anyways, going up north. So the Packers, after their win against the Bears in the last second interception, they go to 9-3-1. So they are leading the division based on that tie because the Bears are 9-4. So same amount of wins, but the Bears have 4 losses. The Packers have 3. The Bears are obviously, like I said, 9-4. The Lions are at 8-5, and then we are at 5-8. So, I mean, the Lions have a tough schedule. We could sneak past them. I mean, I guess that could be like a silver lining. We don't finish dead last. The Lions have the Browns.
That would actually be. That actually, I can really get behind that. If we can somehow
have the Lions be dead last,
finish dead last. Oh, that would.
So they play the Rams. The late game. It's America's game. I think that's probably the GOAT on that call. 4:25 here Eastern time. And then they play the Steelers, who are playing good. Now that's in Detroit. The Rams are in LA this coming Sunday, so they'll be traveling for that. And then they play the Vikings in Minnesota, and then they play the Bears in Chicago. The Lions could lose the next 4 games, maybe 1-3. Maybe they beat the Steelers to go 1-3, and we do not end up dead last. That
would be.
I mean,
that would be pretty awesome.
I mean, can they beat the Rams? I mean, maybe the way they played against the Cowboys, they can. But that's been such
you can see it going either way.
Yeah.
Sure.
And Branch is out for the season. Amon-Ra came back and played that game. But, if the Rams can stop the run, because Jahmyr Gibbs was that whole game. I mean, like, the dude now Jahmyr Gibbs, that dude, like the company that he has as far as how many touchdowns like in a season, like he's past Barry Sanders. He's up there with Randy Moss. I mean, like in his first however many seasons, that dude is nice. I mean, like I got to give that dude his flowers. Jahmyr Gibbs he's something. He is special. But I mean, the Rams in LA, that's not an easy out. That could get ugly for the Lions. The Steelers at home, I'm going to give them that game. Aaron Rodgers has some history, obviously, against the Lions, playing as a Packer. The Steelers have a little bit of momentum. They won this last week. That was a big win for them. All the Tomlin haters, fire all these people and stuff like that. And then they come to Minneapolis on Christmas Day for the winter whiteout. We can definitely beat them. If we play the way we played this Sunday, we can definitely beat the Lions. And then the Bears, then they have to go to Chicago in January, freezing cold Chicago. So the Lions could go 1-3 and finish up at 9-8. And if we went out, we finish up at 9-8 as well. We went out.
You're tiptoeing that Denny Greenism there. Yeah. When we play, how we play, when we play it.
Yeah, exactly. And the best team wins. Whoever has the most points is going to win the game.
Yeah.
So
football's game of 4 quarters. Oh,
yeah,
shit. Is that right?
Yeah. So anyways, so that's where we're at as far as the North. The Packers are in first. A lot of football left though, so I could see the Packers and the Bears. The Lions, I don't see how they leapfrog anybody. The Rams, us, the Bears. I just don't. They're not the same team. They're not. I just don't see them turning this thing around really that much. So there's an outside chance we could tie with them at 9-8 for the third place in the division. Actually, but we would end up third because we would have the tiebreaker because we already beat them once. And so if we beat them again, because then it would go to the division. And it doesn't give me the division record here. Let's see. We already beat the Packers. No, we lost to the Packers.
No, we lost. So, we beat the Bears.
And we split with the Bears, and we beat the Lions. So right now we are 1-2 in the division. If we beat the Packers and we beat the Lions again, then we'll be 3-2 in the division, and they would be 2-3 or 1-4 in the division. So. A lot, we got to win out. That's the main thing. So that could be a silver lining to the winning out.
That would be fun. I would take that.
To end up, technically with the same record, but finishing third in the division behind the Bears.
Even if we tie for last place, it would be like, all right, well, you're not.
But we wouldn't. There would be no tie. I mean, it would be the tie by record, but it wouldn't be a tie because we'd have the tiebreaker.
Right.
But anyway, so we play the Cowboys Sunday night, like I said. Is that Collinsworth Sunday night? Or is he Monday night?
Yeah, I think so. Night. Yeah, probably is Collinsworth.
Sunday is Troy. No. Yeah, Sunday's Troy and Joe. That's Troy Aikman and in Dallas. Yeah, that'll be. Yeah. And then the Giants, let's take a look at the Giants record here. What do they have going on?
Oh, they're not great.
The Giants are not good.
No, they're not good.
Oh, they're not good. Wait, have they won a game? They won that one. They lost that one. They lost that one. They won that one. They are 2. Oh. They are 2 and whatever.
They've only won twice.
2 and 10. So that obviously should be a win. So we have the Vikings. So we have the Cowboys Sunday night, the Giants at home, the Giants in New York, which should be a win. And then we play 2 games at home against the Lions and the Packers. So and I think that we can beat both of them teams. I mean, we've already proven that we can beat the Lions in Detroit, and they're even more beat up now. And Dan Campbell's calling the plays, which is, he's still just stupid. I mean, you're going for it, and he's just not.
It's mean
whatever. Yeah, and then the Packers come to Minnesota, and we could definitely play spoiler there and knock them out of the first seed. Could you imagine that? Whether we win the rest of our games or not, if we have a chance to knock the Packers out of first place, to put the Bears in as the division champions and make the Packers go in as the 7th or 8th seed in
Yes,
the wild
please.
card round. Oh, dude. I mean, hallelujah. That is the dream scenario.
Spoilers of all spoilers right there.
So this whole tanking, we take it all back. We rescind all of our comments about we want the high draft pick and we want to have a worse schedule. We want to win out. It feels good. It's great progression. I mean, do we want JJ to progress and lose? No, we don't want that, because as he progresses and he gets better, he's hopefully going to win. Now, would it be nice? Justin Jefferson is 200.
Really would like to see JJ get some more touches.
Over 1,000 yards.
And he needs some touchdowns. Dude needs we haven't seen a gritty.
Yeah, we haven't seen a gritty. Yeah. I think he's had one. Has he had one?
It's been bad. It's been real bad.
It's not good. Because I thought he had more than that. And then Joel looked it up while we were watching the game. And I think he has one, maybe two. Maybe he has two. But yeah, no, it's been rough. And I mean, ever the consummate professional, hey, if we win the games, I don't need the ball. As long as we're winning.
Yeah. He's like, I'd rather, he's like, it's always good to touch the ball. He's like, but I'd rather not get the ball and win than get the ball and lose.
Not get the ball and lose, yeah.
Or not get the ball and lose. Yeah.
Not get the ball and lose, yeah, because he hasn't been getting the ball at all. And of course, they're taking him away. And I'm sure that there's some, especially with KOC as he's tutelage of young JJ McCarthy is, when we had Kirk Cousins, Kevin O'Connell had to get him out of his check down, out of his, always wanted to go to the secure. And he's like, those are opportunity balls is what he called them. Throw that ball up. Now it feels like it's like, okay, if he's covered, don't go to him. Don't throw that, because we're not sure on your arm talent.
His accuracy
drop that into a bucket. Yeah, his accuracy. He's got a cannon, but his accuracy is not there. So I think the whole preaching and the coaching aspect of that is, hit this little out for 4 yards, for 5 yards, for whatever. Let's move the chains. And we had a couple third and longers. I mean, but the way our run game was again on Sunday. Now, obviously, again, like I said, Washington is like bottom, like 30th at so many things. But we did exactly what we're supposed to do, 31-0. So
I think as we go into next year, we see improvement. I think what we're going to see from McCarthy, hopefully a bigger leap. But it's going to be similar I think it's going to be similar production to what we've seen in the rest of his draft class.
Yeah, for sure.
Some highs and lows. Some guys look really good one week and then they don't look that great. Then they don't look that good.
I mean, look at Caleb. Look at
bad game. Yeah. And that's what I was going to compare him to. Like, I think it's going to look a lot like Caleb Williams, where man, some weeks he just looks like it, and then other times like, man, he sucked, And that's what you're going to get out of a 2-year quarterback, and that's what we have to realize, that next year will be his 3rd year, but technically it's really his second year.
Second year. So, and he's only played like 7 games this year,
right?
Out of 12 or whatever. What are we 5-8? So
if you want to just do a snap count, he's way behind.
Way behind. Yeah. And what does KOC? I've heard him say that at the beginning, like 1,000 snaps or something like that is what he says, or something like you have to get to that to feel like you know what you're doing. But it definitely looked like, at least it looked like it. Now, they were talking on the broadcast about how they didn't, send a lot of pressure because they were, they played a lot of cover 2 and all this kind of stuff. So they were only trying to get home with like 4 people. They weren't sending a lot of blitzes and stuff. But it definitely looked like the game had slowed down a little bit for him. So, we'll see what happens in Dallas on Sunday night. Hopefully it's just another step in the right direction. Are there going to be some bumps in the road? Probably. But as long as it's not missing people over and over again by 5-10 yards, like just completely, turning the ball over, having these atrocious throws, all that kind of stuff. That's what we've asked for, and we're starting to get it. So the future looks bright still. I mean, I'm still big on JJ McCarthy. I never gave up on him. Did he look not ready for a lot of this season? Absolutely. But I mean, we wanted the dream, but
I mean, reserve the right to change my mind down the line if he doesn't pan out. But I still think this is the right move for the franchise for the long term.
I agree.
Is is to develop McCarthy, the franchise quarterback, build a team around him. Now that is a challenge because we don't have a lot of cap space. We don't have a lot of draft capital. So it's, Quicey, if he keeps his job, has his job cut out for him. So,
well, that was one thing we'll touch on as we go further, I think, into the rest of the season is Quacey gone. But we'll save that for another time.
I think if there does have to be a sacrificial lamb, it's going to be him.
Well, of course it's going to be him. Yeah.
I mean, you don't lose anything by firing him. Like he hasn't done anything that made you go, oh, I don't know if that's pretty sure anybody who that can be a GM can do it at least as good.
At least as good. Yeah.
Which isn't good. So you can't.
The bar is not very high.
I'm not gonna say he's the worst GM ever. But that's a super low risk fire right there.
Yes.
And if the Wolves want to send a message, if want to appease the mob, you gotta throw him a body. He's the one.
He's the one, without a doubt. Yeah, because you could get a football guy to come in there and be a lot better. And of course, the Wolves do that, and whoever they bring in, KOC said, "Look, this is my show. You just
he's probably still going to be shadow GM."
And the Wolves could go to them and say, "Look, we're going to bring you in, but you're going to do what Kevin O'Connell wants you to do."
But I feel what you need. I think if that's really the case, that KOC is the shadow GM. He's not the one on the phone though, so you still need to have a tenacious negotiator. We need we need our own little Trump in there that can just master the deal. That's what we need.
Don Jr.
Don Jr. Oh my God, people's brains would collectively explode.
Oh my goodness.
In Minneapolis, if anybody with the last name of Trump was, oh my God, they'd be boycotting outside US Bank Stadium every week.
It would be
just because.
Just because.
No, but I mean that's what you need. You need a scrupulous and rabid negotiator. That's what you need. So if KOC is like, hey, I want this guy to go make it happen, you need somebody that can go do that and get it for the best deal possible. Right.
Maybe Quacey saves his. Maybe if we do win out, Quacey saves his job. The free agent pickup has still. We've talked about that. I don't feel that the Quacey hate is entirely accurate. Unwarranted? Oh, accurate.
Well, I mean, there is. I'm not saying he's good, but he had some of his draft picks have turned out, and some of his free agency.
Look at Dallas Turner.
Have been good.
Dallas
That's what
Turner
I mean.
now.
So I mean,
has been playing really well.
But the way people talk, it's like he's missed on every single draft pick. No, he hasn't. Not every single one.
I mean, JJ McCarthy now. Coming around.
Not every single one. So I mean, it's I don't feel that it's. I don't feel the level of hate. I don't feel is accurate, if that makes sense. Like I'm not a Quicey fan, so don't get it twisted. I wouldn't lose 1 ounce of sleep if he got fired. I just feel like the fans, in general, have taken it that too far. They've just been bitter and negative and the worst fan base. And of course, it's the loud ones that you hear and the ones that make the headlines.
Well, of course,
And then it's also just the thing to rage bait today. More so. I mean, that's always been a thing on the internet, but it just seems to be like it's become a legit hobby for people.
Yeah, for sure.
Or people I'm just going to go online and rage bait because I think it's fun. And everybody just they get their undies in a bunch, and I'm included in that. And then finally realize like, this dude's just saying stuff to get people going. He doesn't even mean it. Exactly. Why am I falling for this? Like, this is obvious rage bait. So it is what it is. But I have talked to people in person that are pretty fan toxic too. So it's like there is a lot of people that have bailed on this Viking ship as well.
That's the one thing that I miss, obviously not being locally there, is that I don't, obviously I don't have a lot of Viking fan other than my own flesh and blood. So that's locally here. So, we talk about it, but we're fans, and true fans, and they listen. I mean, they have my boys have a mind for football. I mean, they understand the game, so they understand, what this is. And of course, I try to school them as much as I can too about this is why we do this or that or whatever. So, so I don't get to see all the fans. Like all I'm hearing is Detroit stuff. You know what I mean? Because that's where I'm at. So, I wish that I was, had a little bigger fan base there just so I could talk to people about the Vikings a little bit better. But anyway, so, yeah, whatever happens. I mean, like I said, either way, I think that if they keep him, okay, whatever, we'll give him another shot and see how it goes. His contract's not up for another couple of years. Maybe you just don't extend his contract. Maybe the Wolves aren't really big on making a big splash and doing all that kind of stuff, just kind of holding pat. Because, and you always hear that where they say, we don't listen to the outside chatter. We know what's going on in this building. And so you never know what's actually going on. Maybe Kwesi's going to him and saying, you know what? No, we're good. You know what I mean? Let's we got this. We're going to make some changes. JJ's growing, all this kind of stuff. I mean, I'm sure that the Wolves are having conversation. I mean, like, okay, what, this is not the product that we want. And so I would hope that they're holding KOC and Kwesi to the fire a little bit because
sure, but I would
that's
also
the kind of ownership that I want.
I would also hope that they understand the game enough to know that if you're going to build something, it's not, just like us. We wanted the storybook, JJ McCarthy come in and win a Super Bowl in his effective rookie year. Yeah, of course. Wouldn't you want that? But that's not realistic. And you would hope that as owners they understand that too. Like we're building something here. Like this is going to take, we got to start at the foundation and build it up brick by brick. And you just don't get a house on day one, right?
Yeah. Didn't you say that you even heard people say that we need new ownership?
Yes.
Like are you crazy? Yeah. Are you insane?
Someone literally said we'll never win a title until we get new owners. Like this far and away have been the best owners we've ever had.
I mean,
they are not afraid to spend money. Like, built you a new stadium, you idiot.
And they're adding on to it apparently, it's like the greatest facility in the NFL based by the players and the people that visit. I mean, like, it's the best. And now that we have new owners for the Timberwolves, not to totally derail this, but like I just went to a game last night, and it's not as bad in comparison as the Metrodome was. Like we were so due for a new football stadium. The Metrodome was an absolute toilet bowl. The giant inflatable toilet bowl. That's exactly what it was. Target Center is not quite that bad. It's also not great. So with a long time, we're due for a new basketball stadium too. So hopefully A-Rod, spend a little money,
come off a new stadium.
Dig deep in those pockets, all them hundreds of millions of dollars he's got from all of his endorsements. But anyway, there you have it. I'm happy. Well, I'm good.
Yeah, we're good. So predictions for next week or this week.
Oh yeah, predictions for next week. Cowboys Sunday night. Where is my? I don't know what happened to my notebook. Anyway, I am going to say that we win that game. I think we win out. Honestly, 100%. The Giants, Lions, and Packers at home. I think we win out. So I say we beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys are not that good. And JJ gets in. I mean, Jets gets a touchdown. I say, 27, maybe 30. I think Will gets 2 field goals, 3 touchdowns and 2 field goals. No, I take that back. 2 touchdowns, 3 field goals, 14, 17, 20, 23, 17. 23-17 Minnesota.
I don't have as much faith as you do. I think Dallas will come out on top. They actually have something to play for. I think we to be the same, or we see a little bit of improvement. Maybe we can get to 200 yards of offense. I just don't think it's going to be enough. Maybe 14, 20. We'll say 27-17.
Cowboys.
Dallas. Cowboys.
Okay. And I said 24-17 Vikings. Okay. There you have it. There you have it. But I honestly believe it. It's not just. I mean, yeah, I'm a homer. I'm always gonna be a homer.
I probably should give the defense a little bit more credit, but I'll stick with it.
I think the Cowboys are.
We can definitely turn. I think we can turn Prescott over for sure.
Oh yeah. I guess I could look at that real quick before we go. As far as where's the money? There's no money, but we could look at where's the line. Early on.
Whose line is it, anyways?
Yeah. Right now, it's Dallas -5.5. So that generally at home it's like 2.5. It's like 3, 3 points just for being at home. So they're favored by like a field goal right now. So
not even a full, not even a touchdown. Not even a
full
touchdown. So
over and under 47.5. So they're thinking,
you better you might have to put a 10 spot on the cover for the Vikings to cover.
Oh yeah. I mean, plus the 505, it's a -105. If you just went straight money line, just for us to win, is plus 220. So if you
that's
did
on 100 though.
Yeah, $10 on that wins $32. You win 22 plus your money back. So yeah, I might have to throw a little $10 on there just to get
throw a little parlay.
We could do a little, maybe just a little $5 or $10 parlay with like Jets in the end zone, and we don't even have to do the
basically just stuff we want to see, not stuff we think.
Stuff that we want to see. That's stuff that we do.
That's usually how we lose our money, but whatever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you never know. That now it's just a different feel for the season now, because we know that the season's basically over. We're not really playing for anything but spoiler, but they're playing for pride. They're playing for the team. They're playing hard. They're playing for KOC. They're playing for their contracts. There's still a lot to play for. And so I think that we do it. I think we went out. I think we went out and we end up tying with the Lions for third place, and we end up at third in the division. That's my goal now, is don't finish dead last. And we knocked the Packers out of the division. We give the Bears, us winning out gives the Bears the division.
Give the Bears a division. Drop the Lions to last place in the division. That's like.
I mean, that's
win. I mean, that's close second
to
us being good.
That's what we're shooting for now. So there you go.
Okay, I'm good. But with that,
I'm good.
Let's get on with it. And a warm, heartfelt.
CMI.
And I tell you guys I love you. I mean it from the bottom of my heart. And that will never change. I will ride with this group until they don't let us play more games.